You know, in the best hospitals, quality isn't just some checklist they pull out for an audit. It's the very air they breathe. It's the culture. So today, we're going to dive into how doctors can make that leap, from just practicing medicine to actively leading patient safety. This isn't about just passing a test. It's about moving way beyond simple compliance to create a hospital where excellence is just the default set. So that's the big question, right? How do they actually do it? How do the best hospitals in the world keep their standards sky high, day in and day out? Well, I can tell you the answer isn't buried under a mountain of paperwork or a bunch of rigid rules. The real secret, the living, breathing engine of quality, isn't found in a binder. It's found in its people. And that really kicks off what I like to call the quality quest. And I want you to think about it just like that, as a genuine, ongoing mission. It's not a boring chore you have to get through. It's a real journey, and it never truly ends. Look, the real goal of something like an NABH accreditation, it isn't just to get the certificate on the wall. The challenge and the opportunity is to weave these top-tier standards so deep into the daily rhythm of the hospital that they become second nature. It's about making quality part of the hospital's DNA, building this culture of constant improvement that everyone from the top down actually believes in and lives by. So, who's the one holding this whole culture of quality together? Well, that brings us to the central idea of this whole explainer, the doctor as the linchpin. You know, in any machine, the linchpin is that one small but absolutely critical piece that holds everything together. If it fails, the whole thing falls apart. In the incredibly complex system of a hospital, that's the doctor. And hey, that's not just my opinion. It's a foundational principle in modern healthcare. Doctors aren't just involved in the quality system, they are central to it. Every single decision, every action, every conversation you have, it all directly shapes the safety and the quality of care that every single patient gets. And that influence, it goes way beyond just that one-on-one patient care. A doctor's impact, it just radiates through the entire hospital, you know? Through their clinical leadership, their voice in how the hospital is run, and of course, how they mentor the junior staff. You're not just treating patients, you are literally shaping the entire environment of care. Okay, so if that's the rule, how do you actually do it? How do you put it into practice? Well, we've boiled it down into 5 core missions. Think of this as your personal blueprint for making a real, tangible impact on quality and safety.
All right, let's break them down. 5 distinct, powerful missions that really define what it means to be a medical leader today. It all kicks off with mission number 1, clinical leadership. Now, this isn't about just passively following the rules. It's about actively owning them. It means you're the one stepping up to lead quality improvement projects to make things better. It means you're the one insisting that every decision is backed by solid, current evidence. See, a true leader doesn't just meet the standards, they're always looking for ways to raise the bar. Mission 2 is to be a guardian of patient safety. And that is a sacred trust, really. It's built on pure diligence. It means making sure every patient gives truly informed consent, not just scrawling a signature on a form. It means being hyper-vigilant against things like hospital-acquired infections. And maybe most critically, it means building a culture where incidents are reported not to find someone to blame, but to learn, so we can make damn sure the same mistake never, ever happens again. Third, we have the mission of being a mentor and a trainer. Your expertise is a huge resource for the whole team. When you actively mentor junior doctors and nurses, when you champion patient rights, you create this powerful ripple effect. A great doctor doesn't just make themselves better, they raise the game of every single person around them. Okay, mission number 4 is to be a champion of compliance. Let's be real for a second. Documentation is not the most exciting part of the job, right? But it is the absolute bedrock of patient safety. That accurate, timely, legible medical record, that's the thing that prevents a catastrophic medication error during a shift change. So this isn't just about paperwork. It's a critical safety tool. And finally, the 5th mission, being a voice in governance. A hospital's policies are useless if they're dreamed up in some boardroom without any real-world input. Your clinical perspective is invaluable. That's why you have to have a seat at the table, serving on committees,
contributing to reviews. That's how you make sure policies are practical, effective, and always focused on the patient.
So you take those 5 missions and you embrace them together, and it creates this profound shift. Which brings us to our final section, how we move from that simple compliance mindset to one of true cultural leadership.
This right here, this is the whole game. It's the core shift. On one side, you've got passive compliance. That's just following the rules, reacting to problems after they've already happened. But on the other side, you have active leadership. That's leading by example, proactively jumping in the quality projects, and communicating with real compassion. And that's the difference between a hospital that just meets standards and one that truly lives excellence. So let's boil it all down. If you take away anything from this, let it be these 3 things. First, your role is pivotal. It is not passive. Second, it's your leadership that drives quality healthcare. It's not a top-down thing. And third, when you actively participate in these missions, you're not just improving your own work, you're making the entire hospital stronger.
So we're going to leave you with this final thought. At the end of the day, this isn't just about meeting standards that someone else set. It's about setting new ones. It's about pushing the boundaries of what we think is possible in patient care and safety. So the question really isn't if you'll have a role in that, but how will you lead?